Hey there guys, what's going on? I know what you're thinking. It has been a while since we have taken a look at the M4A1 in Modern Warfare, especially after the most recent nerfs. Well, the M4 itself didn't receive any nerfs specifically, but it did receive the same no-stock nerfs that most of the other weapons in this game did see, as a massive increase to our recoil when we do have the no-stock attached. I've seen people saying that the no-stock isn't too bad on some weapons, and unfortunately the M4 isn't one of them in my opinion. I was running the same class setup that we used to run with the no-stock, the 50mm, and like all the other attachments, and it was still very difficult to hit those shots, plus we were a little bit sluggish than we usually were. So I've gone back to this particular class setup in my opinion, which is the best M4 build right now. Like, you just get that combination of aim down sight speed, damage at range, accuracy, a decent fire rate, loads of bullets to fire, and this is just probably the best M4 build right now. Just before we do get into talking about what we've got in our attachment setup here, let's try and get this one to 27.4 likes. I know that's going to be a little bit difficult for you guys to hit, but I believe in you. So make sure you do hit that subscribe button with those notifications turned on if you have not already done so. I would very much appreciate it, and it would very much help me out. Alrighty, so let's talk about our M4 class setup here. So I know it's been a long time since we've done an M4 class setup, but it has changed a little bit, like not too much, but there is some noticeable changes here. As I said, the no stock nerf was fairly significant, but we will start with our sidearm perks and grenade choices here, and we'll go over them quite quickly because they're fairly similar to most of my class setups. We are looking at the 357 Akimbo here today without the snake shot, as was recommended to us in a nice little comment very recently. So we'll have the compensator, the long barrel, the 5mm laser, the lightweight trigger, and the Akimbo perk. This does work very nicely, which is absolutely wild. Like, no snake shot on a 357 class is very strange to me, but this thing absolutely stomps people. It's really ridiculous how powerful this is. This is basically back to how the 357 used to be. You get a decent amount of damage range because we're not stuck with those shells anymore. Like, we can deal a decent amount of damage. The hip fire is quite small, so very powerful sidearm option here. We're going for our usual setup of EOD, Ghost, and Tracker here. You can pretty much take whatever you like Quick Fix is another good option here for those close range engagements. Ghost is pretty simple here, always want that Ghost unless we're going for like a camping setup with restock, and Tracker as well just for those enemy footprints, or Shrapnel. Extra piece of lethal equipment is always good here. We want the C4 in our lethal slot most of the time, very powerful here, and the stim shot of course. Now, as for our M4 class setup here, as I said, that no stock nerf was actually quite significant here, so you know I'm always been a fan of the Corvus Custom Marksman barrel over the stock M16 Grenadier, as it does make it a little bit more mobile, and that aim down sight speed nerf isn't as significant. Like, we can get those sights up still nice and quickly with this, get that damage range and bullet velocity and recoil control while still being quite mobile and able to hit our shots very easily. We also want the monolithic suppressor here for that sound suppression damage range. Regular attachment here, nothing has changed with these two attachments here. I still rate these two over anything else in this particular option right now. We're looking at the Commando foregrip, again, getting that recoil stabilization on the M4, very powerful here. We don't really have too much horizontal recoil or vertical recoil to contend with, but we do have the attachments to look after it here. 50 round mags over the 60 round mags, just for that increased ammo capacity while not reducing our movement speed and aim down sight speed too much. And the piece de resistance, the last attachment, the one that did see the change. We're no longer taking the no stock, as these shots are much harder to hit with the no stock attached. You do have to run different attachments, so you can take the no stock, but you do have to run like a rubberized grip tape, which throws off all of our other attachments. So we can just take the Forge Tac CQS stock here for that aim down sight speed. Very powerful. Still able to get those sights up nice and quickly. We do lose a little bit of movement speed, like we're a little bit slower than we usually are in terms of moving our boots, but getting those sights up still very quickly is super strong here. Not a lot has changed with the M4, but it is still very powerful in this game. It didn't actually get touched. Like, there was no damage changes or like recoil changes or anything like that to the M4 apart from the no stock nerf, which we can just swap out for another attachment. So the M4 is still probably the best gun in the game in my opinion. Very powerful option in most of the slots, and we still hit those shots very easily. So we're going to jump into some gameplay right now. Make sure you know how to hit those shots, we know how to hit those shots, and let's do it right now. Alrighty, Rust is always making us feel some kind of way. The Dirty Houseboat, or the Dirty Old Houseboat playlist is making me feel very good right now. That Shoot House, that Rust, always good. I mean, shipment, I can take it or leave it. Like, it's not too super important whether I get shipment or not, as we do get picked off there, which is very interesting. But man, the M4 will always be one of the best guns in this game unless they like absolutely dumpster like the recoil control, the range on this thing. It's always going to be one of those weapons that's like, yep, this is pretty good. It's pretty powerful. But I feel like the no stock nerf was actually significant. Like, it's a little bit unfortunate that they did have to do that because, like, the no stock was quite obviously too powerful. So definitely did need to be changed. We're gonna pre-fire those dudes to get a couple of easy frags there. But I feel like it did definitely need to happen. Like, the no stock has always been something that is basically just a standard attachment on most weapons. It always has said that it reduces recoil control. Like, it's supposed to make it a little bit harder to hit those shots. Like, it's literally in the weapon description, but it never really felt that way. Never really felt that way. But I mean, now it's definitely a lot more difficult to hit some shots. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, when I was testing this, finding out the best class setup for the M4, I noticed that it is sometimes a little bit more difficult to hit shots with... We can hit this kill here easily. Okay. Fair enough. He outplayed us there. Fair enough, bro. You outplayed us. You got the W there. But we'll end up with the win, so... But as you can see, with this particular combination of attachments, because we dropped off the no stock, we're still able to hit our shots at those medium ranges. Like, we're still able to do a very, very good job here. We're going to kill this guy here nice and simply. Like, you can see, even at those distances where I didn't manage to kill that guy just there because he did have a sniper on us, we're still able to get pretty consistent kills. Like, you can physically see that the recoil doesn't bounce around too much, and it's actually not too difficult to hit those, like, shots. It's just one of those things. Meanwhile, there's a smoke screen going on behind us. He's shooting us through the smoke. I'm trying to kill a different guy. Like, sometimes, man. Just, COD timing is probably the worst thing about Call of Duty. Just, things that happen for literally no reason other than to, like, what was that dude? Where did that dude come from? Like, COD timing, man, is my worst enemy. And I'm sure many of you know what I'm talking about when I refer to COD timing. Every single time I pull out those no stock rounds, or those no stock rounds, the stopping power rounds, my apologies, I die. Like, every time I turn out dead silence, I die. Every time I get those like, specialist bonuses, dead. Immediately. Not even a chance to, like, recover or anything like that. It's just very, very dead straight. Ooh. I am in trouble here. This is not a position I really want to be in right now, as this... I don't really like fighting here, as we can get pre-fired pretty easily. And we're still in a bad position. Oh my god, there's so many dudes coming for me right now. As you can see, the 357s with this particular option here, no snake shot, makes a very deadly medium range option. Like, that's absolutely crazy. Alright, we are getting pressed very, very heavily here. We kind of just want our air support to take care of this for us because this is very, very spooky right now. Just gonna wait. This is a nice little gap here. I did not know this was here. If we do get pushed at that, we can just sort of get that very, very easy kill there. I know they're going to be wary of that spot, so they'll be aiming there first. Makes it very, very easy to just get those kills. I do kind of want to move up here. Like, I do want to move up, but, I mean... it's just such a strong position that we're in right now. We'll pop the stopping power, and we are going to move up. As I'm pretty confident we can get these... Okay, the lag. Did that really just happen? Did that really just happen? The server absolutely decides to just shit itself as I'm on like a 17 streak. God, this game is bad sometimes. Just sometimes. This game is literally... I don't know how, like, the servers are so bad for a company that makes literally, like, billions of dollars a year. Like, invest some money in having decent servers, more people wouldn't hate your game. Like, one of the most frustrating things about this year's Call of Duty is the servers. Like, they are so bad sometimes, just, like, ridiculous. I need to do a class setup on this particular 357 build because, man, this thing absolutely is nutty. Nah, you ain't as good as me, pal. Ain't as good as me. Oh, that dude is as good as me. This game is basically over. We're going to have our final thoughts on this in just a sec because this game is absolutely finished. Like, these dudes are cooking. They are so done. Alrighty, so what are our final thoughts on our M4 class setup post the no stock nerf? Well, I think we could do some serious work with this particular build here, and the M4 is definitely the best gun in the game still. I feel like they should probably take a look at either the damage range or making the recoil control a little bit worse. It's like, when you target specific attachments with nerfs, I understand that the idea is you target like a blanket, like you put a blanket over most weapons in the game that we're using the no stock, but when there is other attachments that do basically the same thing while still being at like nearly as effective while being slightly worse than like the no stock was, the CQS stock is still able to get that aim down sight speed, which is really all we were using the no stock for anyway. Like, the movement speed was nice, but we can get away with not having it. Like, as an assault rifle is supposed to be, you're not as quick as you would be if you did have an SMG. So I'm glad they did nerf this, but they really should have taken a look at the M4 in the latest patch as well, make it a little bit worse, like bring it back into the line with the other assault rifles. But man, this class absolutely stomps. I love it so much. You can see we absolutely shredded those dudes, finding good positions on the map, posting up and getting those easy kills. Being aggressive, we're able to get those kills. And what about this 357 class? I really like this. This is something special. The lad who did comment this to me is I'm very proud of you, my guy. I'm very proud of you here. If you did enjoy this one and did help you out at all, make sure you do leave a like. We are looking for 27.4, I think. I don't know why I said 27.4, but we're looking for 27.4 likes on this video, as well as you subscribing. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure you do hit that subscribe button with those notifications turned on so you don't miss out on any of the upcoming videos that we're going to have soon. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye!